A few years ago, I built this shelving unit to make better use of the space I have in my garage. I used some of these tools to build it with, among them this saw and this tape measure. And thanks to the Home Depot Seeds program, we're going to be looking at the new DeWALT Atomic 30-foot tape measure. After a bit of a struggle, we're finally able to free the tape measure from the packaging. Some of the features of this tape: ergonomically molded rubber on top and bottom, so your fingers and your palm have a nice place to rest. The blade is 1 inch wide, 3 rivets at the front, a lock button to hold the blade in place whether it's extended or not. On the underside, there's an opening here which allows you to do two things. Need to measure something that's very short distance, just pull out, and by putting your finger underneath the blade, you can hold it in place until you need to spring back the blade and you release. Also, if you've extended the blade out even further and you've locked it into place and you're ready to release it, instead of allowing the blade to just slam back, you can release the lock, and then by using your finger, control how the blade comes back. Very nice feature. Tape measures can come in a variety of sizes and shapes. Some are even electronics, like this one. This one is a laser, which can be used as a tape measure. Yeah, no numbers, but you can see the numbers being displayed on the unit. So that's pretty cool. And if you take this off, then you aim it at something, and it gives you a reading. One of my favorites is this one. We keep this in the house. It's only 6 feet long, but if you have to measure something really quick, a curtain, a floorboard or something, it's just, we leave it where it's very convenient for everybody in the family to find, and it comes in handy. One I've been using a lot is this old metal Stanley. It's 25 feet long. It's starting to show some wear from use, but it's reliable. It push down the button, it locks the tape in place. You pull up, it pulls shut. 25 feet plus 3 inches, because you can go from here to here. So if you need that additional span, it's available. Of course, it has a belt clip. There's some other ones. This is also a Stanley. It's 16 feet. And instead of having the little push down to lock it in place, it supposedly stays in place. You see it's kind of worn out. When it stays in place, you lift the back lever and it unlocks it and it pulls it in shut. So, but they do tend to wear out. You used to be able to buy refills for these. When I checked on their site, they told me that refills are no longer available. You may be able to find some on eBay, but the prices I saw for those refills were equivalent to buying a new one, so you're unfortunately better off buying a new unit. This is the old classic Craftsman. It too is seen better days, so sometimes it'll stay in place, and other times when you release the button, it's kind of iffy. But again, you know, it's 25 feet of tape, it's metal, it'll measure stuff. The failure points would be the spring and the knobs on some of these. And then we come, of course, to the DeWALT. And one thing I've noticed about the DeWALT, and let's compare the tapes side by side. Looking at the 5 different tape measures, I'm going to eliminate this one because there's no way to lock it open. It's just not meant to do that. So looking at these, normally when you read them, they'll give you the brand and they'll tell you the distance that it can cover. 16 feet here, 25 feet there. This one's 25. The DeWalt's 30. And you'll notice that the DeWalt is 1 inch. These are just slightly under 1 inch in width. 3 rivets holding this one down. This one's 2. This one's 3. And you'll notice that even though this one displays the, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/16 of an inch, On the DeWALT, they actually call them out. So that makes it easier just to read the numbers. Legibility of this is much better than on the other tapes. When we get to the foot mark, it's delineated with a big mark, and they all do that. This one does it just a little different, where they put it in the center of the tape. Everybody else is pointing to the edge so that you can see exactly where your foot mark is. And then they start a count with 1 through 11, but continuing the inch count. And all the other brands seem to be doing the same thing. They all come with belt clips and some mechanism for letting the tape rewind back into the case. With this one, you press down. This one, you bring the button up. This one, you bring the button up. And same with the DeWALT. And all of these have additional markings to let you know the distance between here and here, so that when you use up all the tape, you can still measure out 2 plus 3/4 inches. On this one, it's 3 inches, 3 1/2, and the DeWALT, it's 3 5/8. The DeWALT does have this nice function where you don't have to lock it. You can just put your hand here and hold the tape, which again makes for quick measuring of stuff, because you can just pull the tape out and just hold that in place with your finger or thumb and then release it. Great for measuring short distances. That's not a function that's available on any of these other units. Looking at the front of the tape, you see this is riveted on with 2 to 3 rivets. You have a little slot here so you can catch a nail with it. Same with all the other brands. Interesting with the DeWALT, it actually has these wing clips. I have this pull handle here, and I can just come in here and grab with the DeWALT and just start measuring out. And that's not something that I can do with any of the other ones, because it can only grab from the underside, which of course does not let me see numbers. They all include a call out for studs, which are normally at 16 inches, some larger than others, fairly large on the DeWALT. Craftsman actually calls it out as a stud. And of course, they all have the infamous diamond. And one final thing to notice is that the Craftsman actually calls out the feet for you, so you don't have to remember. It'll just let you know. The DeWALT does not do that. It seems to be just unique to the Craftsman, at least with these products. While the tape will snap back when you release the lock, with the DeWALT, when you release the lock, you can still keep your finger on the underside of the tape and thereby control whether it comes back full speed or not. Finally, the exterior housing is a bit bigger than any of the other units, but this also has 30 feet versus the 25 and 16, so that's to be expected. I do like the fact that you can tether this unit should you decide to do that. The fact that the molded on grip, top and bottom, makes it easy to hold. Even though it's a larger size, it still fits in the palm of your hand. Of course, it comes with the belt clip. And the fact that you can use your finger on the underside to control holding the tape out to a length or controlling when it's coming back is really nice. And of course, you can always lock the tape off like you would on others. The numerical breakdown on the tape is really nice, so it's down to fractions of an inch that you can read quite easily. And of course, it includes most of the other features that you would find on other tape measures. Overall, DeWALT brings some interesting features to the tape measuring game. And even though, again, it's slightly larger than the other ones, it does have 30 feet. And I certainly think that this is worth having in the kit. I really like the fact that you can grab from the top or the underside of the tape measure something you can't do with the other brands. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.